All right, our second series circuit, bless you. Same thing, put our formulas up here first. Makes your life easy. E equals I times R. P equals I times E. E divided by R equals I. RT equals R1 plus R2 plus R3 plus R4 for what we're working with. Label everything R-E-I-P, 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 R-E-I-P. Resistance, volt, current, power measured in watts. First step, simplify your circuit down to one resistor. We didn't change the voltage, so the 120 comes forward. We're going to figure out our resistance total. So we take R-E-I-P total. To find your resistance, 70 plus 60 plus 30 plus 80. We have 240 total ohms in our circuit. We have 120 volts supplied to our circuit. That comes down. Now you're going to find the current. E divided by R equals I. 120 divided by 240 is half. 0.5. So 0.500. So we have a half an amp. And P equals I times E. I 0.5 times E 120. We end up with 60. So now you've got your totals for everything of that one particular circuit. We have our RT 70 plus 60 plus 30 plus 80 using the resistance formula. The voltage was given to you. The current, voltage divided by resistance equals current. 120 over 240 is 0.5. And your wattage, P equals I times E. 0.5 times 120 gives you 60 watts. Now, moving backwards. Because we know the rules, all three of them, we bring the current back, 0.5. And I like to put the 0, 0 as nothing more than they're just placeholders. I like it to see everything the same because it makes it easier for me because it's all the same thing. Because I'm going to display everything to the thousandth. Go to the 10,000th, 5 or greater, round up, 4 or less, cut it off. And we'll put it down. To find E, E equals I times R, so 0.500 times 70, 35. And P equals I times E. I 0.5 times E 35. 17.5. Go to your next resistor. Do the same thing. I times R, 0.5 times resistance of 60. We get 30. P equals I times E. 0.5 times E of 30. 15. Same thing down here. E equals I times R. 0.500 times 30. 15. P equals I times E. 0.500 times 15, 7.5. And finally, we got one last resistor we're solving for, doing the exact same process. E equals I times R, 0.500 times 80, 40. P equals I times E, I, 0.500 times 40, 20. At this point, it's time to check our work, apply Kirchhoff voltage law, and we know we should end up back at 120. So we take 35 plus 30 plus 15 plus 40 and we end up with 120 perfectly. So those we know match, so we know we got that part correct. Next step, we do the same thing with our wattage. So we start adding those all together. So we'll put 17.5, 15, 7.5, and 20. We end up with 60 watts, the same thing we had on our final circuit. So then we know we did everything correct because all of our totals match to what we solved for all of the totals. So resistance total, voltage, current, and wattage total. So thoughts, questions, discussion on it, formula questions, or steps?
Pretty explanatory. When you write it out like that, you can see everything.
Yeah, this way, and then I have that other sheet next door that's like step 1, step 2. But if this same basic thing.
Yeah.
But I got that paper too. If you wanted to write or take a picture of all the steps that I hand wrote, you do that also. Do you want to? Let me shut this off, and then you guys do one, and then just kind of you do it for yourselves, and then we'll.